Hey y'all, good day. What's up? Say T at 2. But I'm right now. We got a special guest, Mika L. Just Kitty. I'm gonna introduce herself, but right now, Winfrey with me. Who Hey, let us know on, girl.
Stephanie Winfrey, the hostess with the mostest.
Yeah. And let me tell y'all, we've been doing Sassy. Realize this is our 7th episode. Wow. So um so right now, about 6. I hope you all introduce. Let's get Mika to introduce herself. Tell us about what you do.
Hello, I'm Tamika Thompson. I hail from Flint, Michigan. I
Woo-hoo.
am owner, operator of Just Keep Going Consulting, JKG Consulting LLC, where I help women pivot and manifest their goals, their dreams, publish books, start companies, change careers. I am an all out girl's girl.
Okay.
I'm
All
an
right.
overcomer. I'm a manifester. I am all things amazing.
And
Okay.
a publicist.
And a publisher. Absolutely, yes.
I got to get with you on that.
Okay, I'm here. I'm here, girl.
Tell because we got a lot of things. Stephanie was just talking about what she's doing. We already gonna get into what you're, and everybody already know what I'm. Stephanie, go ahead and start with just important for us to just keep going.
I mean, we got to. I mean, um, life keep going. The world keep going around and round. The time is going to keep going by. And time don't stop for nobody. So if
Amen.
the time don't stop, why should we?
Right.
We can't stop. I mean, I know we get in our depression and life be lifing and things be going on, and sometimes we get stuck in that mode, but sometimes we have to talk our way out of it mentally. We have to talk our way to press forward into some of the things that we need to be doing and achieving in life. Because how can you better yourself and achieve anything and accomplish anything that you manifest and that you the goals that you might create. So we have to press forward. It's many times where I wanted to sit down and just clock out of here. But
Amen.
then I had to realize, I got my mom, I got my kids, I got people that's on my back that rely on me. But we got people out there that don't have that.
Right.
They don't have nobody but themselves. They don't have any kids. The kids grown and gone. They ain't thinking about them. They living their life. And they don't have that family structure, that family around them to motivate them or even just to be a part of family. So they at home and they just stuck because it's just them. I get that,
Yeah.
because who we as people, we need other people in our lives, so we think. But the only thing and being that we need is God.
Right.
But once we
Amen.
stand on
Amen.
on God and get your faith up, now you're going somewhere. And that's why I think people should stay in their Bible. I may not go to church every Sunday, and I may not go a whole bunch of Sundays, but I know that the God is in me. And
Amen.
I and
Amen.
I and I read my Bible, and my Bible sleep with me.
I know
But
that's
and I
right.
have to stand on that because that was the only thing. Because I go into Psalms, it could be Psalms 34:6, Psalms anything, Psalms and Proverbs,
They're
man,
my favorite. They're my favorite too, because both of
Psalms
them are
and
like both with the poetry in the word of the Bible. Our message today at church was stand right.
That's right.
Man. So Tamika, taught you to help people. I know when you lose hope, you have no faith and give up. But what do you? Because you have a good consultant to say if that's the word. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Okay, I'm getting a lot of reverb, but I think I heard Tara ask me to tell us a little more.
You hear me? I got glitched or something.
Yeah,
You hear me?
I can hear you, but
And she
I'm hearing
froze.
reverb too.
Yes. I don't know what's going on. We got too much energy.
So, so I'm gonna tell
Um,
you that I'm an overcomer. I have been through so many different things in my life. I have been through so many different things in my life. That I start having a mantra. Just keep going. Just don't even think about that. Just keep moving. Um, and in 2019, I hit my peak. My husband and I were on a trip to Jamaica, and he got really sick. I couldn't do anything about it. We were in the air, and it ended up that he had a heart attack on the plane.
Oh wow.
He was
oh,
sick. He was falling. I was just utterly helpless. And the only thing I kept telling myself is, okay, uh, we'll make it to this doctor. If they don't give me anything, just keep going. We're gonna keep. We're gonna make it to the next one until I find out. Keep going. And 2020 was a pivotal year for a lot of people for COVID, but for me, um, three major things happened. We found out what was wrong with my husband, and that is uncurable. He had to go on dialysis, and my daughter was shot on her 21st birthday. And I worked. And when I tell you I worked 12 to 16 hours, drove an hour and a half each way to and from work. And I had no control of any of it. And I would go into work and say, I just gotta make it through the day so I can make it home. And I hope he's okay. I hope she's okay. And I'm telling you, I look at myself, just keep going. If you make it through this, you'll make it through the next day. If you make it through that day, you'll make it through the next.
one step
And
at a time.
it just so I worked. I had a department. I was over the materials department, and I worked through that. I had at one time like 18 people in my department go out with COVID, and my husband is sick, going to dialysis. He has stomach problems. He has all these things going on, and I would lock myself in a room to work, so I didn't bring it home to him. Um, and we made it all the way through COVID, and it was very trying time. Most
Mm.
people at where I was working were working from home. I would go in every day. And come November 2020, they fired me because they said I was intimidating. But really, what happened is they thought they had someone who could take my place, and I was utterly devastated, and I did not know what I was going to do. But
So
I
that
said to
that's
myself, I need
enough to
to
make you
encourage
want
other people because
to quit.
and, I was blessed enough too. I got a severance. I was off of work for some time. I learned how to do my husband's dialysis at home. I when I tell you I don't stop, and I just kept going. I have faith in God, and I'm just going to keep going. I am just going to keep going, and wherever He leads me, I am going to follow. So I learned
Now,
dialysis. I started up my business. I published 4 books. I was just on the go. And then I started talking to other women and people who had worked with me who were saying, I need help. I'm stuck. And I started consulting. I started mentoring, and then it gave me a idea of fulfillment. And at one point, I said, you know what? I really want to take this to the next level. I really want to do this. And everything I put my mind to, I'm not saying I didn't fail because I had plenty of failures. There were days that I was scared to go to sleep. I would just turn on all 3 Godfathers and watch them until it was time to get up and move around. So it's not that I never had defeats. It's just that I never gave up. I never lost faith. I never stopped moving. I always, and I still do keep moving,
you
even if
know
it's just a
that's
little step in a positive direction. It's better than being stagnant. Because as you
Absolutely.
said, Stephanie, um,
that
I,
Stephanie
by
telling me
by the
about that.
time it
This
was all said and done in 2020, my daughter left here. Um, my husband passed away in 2023. When my husband passed away, I'm an empty nester. I have been taking care of him 24 hours a day. I didn't have nothing. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was scared to be in the house by myself. I had no plans. I felt hopeless. I said, Lord, what am I going to do? And I'm gonna tell you, I had no plan. The first thing I did is got in my car and got on the road and started visiting my kids. One lived in Nashville, one lived in Kansas, one lived in, and I just kept moving. I had no plans. I just would not sit still. And then after the end, I said, Lord, I'm about to be 50. My husband has always taken me on trips for my birthday, for our anniversary. I'm gonna get 50 states, and I haven't. But God put that on my heart to keep moving, keep keep learning. And that has just been what has kept me going and what has led me to mentor other people and other women, especially because a lot of times we do everything. We raise our families, we work, we do everything for everyone else, but we don't pour back into ourselves. So I always try to pour into women and be a motivation for them. So that's me.
You know,
In a nutshell, Tamika
me,
Thompson. Just keep going.
no, that is good. I like that. That's going to help somebody that's listening. Stephanie has a few different areas of her life, and you're saying it's kind of said because she about how she a little bit of that story. Steph, tell mine, and hopefully we'll to viewers remember me to give a shout to James Mayfield, the greatest, George F. Grundy the second, and Larry Ott. We want to also really quick here give. I didn't get my product. I promise you, I'm gonna get it. 'Cause I've been seeing her videos and stuff. Let's try that because this for real. I tell you, I want to giving a shout out to MUA Jock for all the beauty. My life is my life.com. So
Absolutely.
Stephanie,
Yeah.
enlighten us through during the phases of the loss. Really also been talking about housing. She got a story.
Oh,
Go ahead, Stephanie.
I mean, it's a loss of anything. A loss is a loss. A loss of a friendship, a loss of a parent, a loss of a child, a loss of a spouse, a loss of a job, a
Right.
loss of anything that could be a setback. And my
Yep.
loss took me from divorce was a loss. My first marriage was a divorce. I went through that and went through another relationship. That was a loss. And taking another loss with another narcissistic relationship that really took me through there. Then I get married June 5th, 2021, and he died August 11th, 2021.
My Lord.
3 months. We were married, and I was in the process of moving to Atlanta because that's where he lived. He had a lot of land, and I got a phone call, and they told me, Stephanie, you're gonna have to get down here to Atlanta. You got to make all the decisions. Right now, he's on a vent, and I said, a vent. I just talked to
Oh,
him, and just like that, people don't realize in a second your life can change, and it could change so drastically, like the young lady just said here, that you don't know what to do. You have no plans. I had no other plans on what to do. That was my plan, and that's what I was going to do until
mm,
he died. And now I had to reconstruct my whole life, and it was like building trying to build myself up from that. Okay, he gone. I go back to the narcissistic relationship. Now I'm ready to clock out.
oh no.
I'm ready to just completely just leave here. And I'm just like, I'm suicidal at this point. A lot of people don't even know that. I was there. And I
Wow.
I'm not afraid to tell my story. A lot of people don't even know that. I was suicidal because how could this be happening to me when I'm a giver?
Right.
I take care of people. I love on people. If you need me, I'm there. And how could this happen to me? But it can happen to anybody. But the devil is always at work. When you want to come up and
Yes.
things is always going good, here come the devil talking about, hello, here I am. Here I am. What I'm
So,
getting
and
ready
that's
to
all
disrupt destroy and disturb everything you got going on. But what and we can't. And then I had to sit there in the process of my suicidal thoughts. I had to rethink about my kids because at the time I'm thinking they could be okay. Everybody gonna be all right. Because at this point I done lost everything. Apparently, what am I here for? What am I here for? I wasn't good enough in these relationships. I wasn't good enough for that. So okay, that was my thought process. But then I had to go back and rethink and pull out my Bible. That's when the Bible got important to me. I had to realize why I was created and why God created me and what was my purpose.
right.
You got to know what everybody that God create has a purpose. We
Absolutely.
all have a gift. Everybody don't know what their gift is, and it's right there. But people don't know how to stand on their gift because they not standing on faith. But once
Amen.
I realized that, I'm like, oh man, I got to get up out of this because now I'm thinking about I got houses, I got property, I got this, I'm like, wait, I can't lose all that. You know, wait a minute, I didn't work too hard. So I had to rethink everything and say, you know what, that narcissistic relationship, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That failed divorce, thank you.
Yep. Because it's a lesson. All of
Yep,
it's
But take
lesson.
your
thank,
power back. That's
thank
what I'm
you.
talking about. Take it
Yes.
back.
Yep,
Take it back. Because, like you said, you're a giver. I know Tamika is a giver. I'm a giver. Here we are, three ladies and women. I mean, men too. If you're out there, I'm in. Jump on that chat line because I know y'all got something to say. Tea is all about. We're talking about things don't
absolutely.
nobody want to talk about. We're
But
talking about things that people are
everybody
playing with.
out there got a story. Don't tell me you don't. Y'all done been through that
Absolutely.
because we was born in this wicked world.
We were.
We was
That's
born
right.
in.
Yep.
Yes,
And
So
people
everybody
will
got a
do
story.
anything to
yes,
bring you down. And you have to, sometimes we have to encourage ourselves because people don't understand our struggle, our inner, like you said, you were going through some things and people didn't even know. But you
Didn't
have
even
to have that
know.
inner, that faith, the belief that God has something bigger for you to keep you
yes,
going.
And
You got
yes.
then going through all of that, people actually get jealous of you
uh,
and get mad at you because they feel like you got this and you doing this. Because mind you, I'm driving in my Range Rover, I'm driving in my Cadillac, I got a BMW, I'm doing it. But all that don't mean nothing right when it comes to my mental. Y'all don't even
Amen.
realize what I've been
Yes,
through or what I'm going through. Damn all that cars. Damn them houses. Damn all of that.
right,
Because that didn't mean nothing to me during the time. Because it just did. It wasn't fixing my life.
right,
It
absolutely.
wasn't doing nothing for my mental. None of that. So all that, and then you got people hating on you and all this stuff for what?
Woo, girl, you just spoke it up, honey, because I just had a huge situation at my father's funeral. Where,
do tell.
Do
where,
tell.
well, I'm gonna tell you, at my father's funeral, cousins, distant cousins, them pointed out I ain't part of the family because I don't help them out. Baby, when my husband was over here, need to be helped, bleeding, I'm calling ambulance. I have nobody, well, nobody helping me out. But they want to tell me, you think you all that, you're evil, you're low down. Baby, I don't care. Listen, one thing about it, I was born alone. I'm gonna die alone. I don't give a damn what nobody says or how
Thank you.
anybody feels about me because in my darkest hour, it was me and God. It wasn't nobody else. And so all that jealousy and people putting their opinions on you,
And they
don't
don't
Yes.
nobody
and
know
they don't even know what you've been through and what
what
you
I
was
had to
going through.
overcome. Absolutely.
What
If
what what my
somebody want to
pastor
be
say?
jealous of
They
me,
don't know the cost of oil. They
they
don't know
do
the
not.
cost of oil.
You know what? The only thing I would tell somebody to be jealous of me is my relationship with God and how He blesses me. But baby, don't believe that I ain't had no bad
I'm
days
about to
and
fall
He ain't
out
seen
my
me through it.
chair about that one. Yes.
Uh-uh.
If that's what you're gonna be jealous of me about, be jealous of me about my
Amen. Because that's the only thing that I got. That's the
because I
only
don't
thing
think
that I
I'm no
got.
better than the next person. If like Stephanie said, if I drove all these different vehicles and I had all these houses and I had all these things and I don't have. What good is of a man to gain the
What
whole
good?
world and lose his soul, right? I don't want to do that. I'd rather be
Amen.
in
Yo,
love.
and
I'd rather be loved than
yep,
anything. Than
you
any, I don't care
cannot lose
all
your soul.
materialistic stuff. I'm so far back.
Not at
I
all.
like nice and pretty things. Yes, I do. You know, and two ladies right now, I can say this: the loss of my spouse. Right. The only loss I received was a divorce. And it just took this within the last 2 years for us to be able to this. Very thankful we because you never know. You know, like my poem was called If Tomorrow Knows.
Right.
Yeah.
What will you be doing today? Today, what would be your actions
You don't have one?
if you knew tomorrow? You know, when I wanted to give up, I struggle every day. I say this all the time. I struggle every day. I never know what ends I'm going to meet and which ones I got to stretch.
Right.
I don't know. Hadn't been for the goodness of
Amen.
and what he's done for me and what he's brought me from and shown me, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Thankful for people like you to me. I'm thankful for people like you, Stephanie, on Thanksgiving priest. I want to just keep going. Days that I've called Tamika and said, baby, I'm ready. I wanted to walk away. I wanted to just throw in the towel. I've talked to you, Stephanie, on a mill how hard to not have the things I want and still not be able to things that I need. I have to figure out a way, but then I always remember God will make a way. And when
Absolutely.
I let go and let God and stop worrying about what the naysayers and all the other people in the world got to say about me and stop trying to live in the fashion of the mind have what they have. I don't have to
Right.
have anything you have because if you ain't got God in your life, you ain't got nothing. And I know
You
he's
ain't got
alive.
nothing.
Not a thing. Amen.
Even if you got something, you don't have nothing if you don't have God. And not only that, if you don't have the faith that God has graced us with.
Right. Right.
You
Hmm.
got to stand on that. And if that's why so much has failed, so many things has failed people because we don't stand on faith. Just speak
So,
it and believe it
yep.
and know that it's gonna happen. I left, let me tell you something. True story, real quick. Left, quit my job, sold my beautiful home that I had just rebuilt, moved to Atlanta, never been to Atlanta, never looked at Atlanta on a map. I got my apartment online. It's in the richest area of next to Buckhead. Didn't even know. I'm like, I rode down there and I got a new, I had a new car and I get down and see these Bentleys. I said, well, what the hell? Where did I move to? And become to find out, I did all of this online because I needed to get out of Flint.
Yeah.
So I thought I did. I
Mm-hmm.
needed to get out of Flint. Boom, went to Atlanta, lived the life. When I tell you that was the best thing, woo, Atlanta don't owe me nothing but to come back. Ah, baby. Ooh. Mm-mm. But I left there. I had to come back because my daughter, I was having daycare issues because I was in dialysis. I worked in dialysis 28 years.
Oh wow.
And because I had to get up at 5 in the morning, drop my daughter off at 3, I had some issues. My mama had already had her for 2 years and I had to come back. Okay, bye, Atlanta. I'll be back because I love you. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. That's where I met my husband at. I come back here, starting all over again. Mind you, I done been to Chicago. I done been to Indianapolis. I have lived a lot of places. But let me tell you something. Out of all everywhere that I have went, it's always the same thing. And I found out what the problem was. You know what the problem was?
What?
Me.
Mm.
Girl,
It
why
wasn't the
did
state.
you just not announce that?
It was me.
A lot of people need to do that.
It was me because I didn't went to Atlanta. I didn't went. Everybody said, well, I want to move. No, fix yourself.
Fix
Because
yourself.
if you don't
Amen.
fix yourself, that same problem that you dealing with in Flint, It's
You
gonna be the
carrying that.
same problem that
Yep,
you
you
gonna
carrying
deal
that
with.
same baggage, that
That
same energy.
that
Yep.
baggage going everywhere that you go. A lot
Yep.
of people say, "Well, I need to get out of Flint." No, get your shit together here.
Right.
Period. Get it together. Stand on business and stand on your faith. And when I tell you things will change for you. But until then, ain't nothing. And don't ever settle for less. There's
Right.
so many people out here selling for less when they can go get more. I can't stand it. And I see the potential in somebody.
But you know what? Everybody doesn't see their own potential, and your biggest critic is yourself. And until you can learn to feed yourself positive words, until you can learn to encourage yourself, they don't know how to get out that rut. Um
Yeah.
Again, how I was brought up, my mom was a black sheep, so therefore I was an inherent black sheep, and I wasn't supposed to be shit. I wasn't supposed to be. She ain't shit.
Me
I ain't gonna
too.
be shit.
Let
Ain't no. You know what
Me
I'm saying?
too.
And so on my days when things were hard, that's what I told myself. You ain't shit. You ain't supposed to be shit anyway. But when I started telling myself, you can be anything the hell you want to be, and go after it. And when you fail, it's just a
mhm.
setback. Keep going. But it's
Just
a lot of
keep
people who don't know
going.
how to do that. When they're alone, they are beating themselves down.
Mhm.
And you
Because they
can't
lose
and
hope.
listen, you can't, like you said, you can't run away from yourself. No
Yeah,
matter where
they
Okay.
you
lose
go,
hope.
if you take that same attitude with you, that same negativity, that same down energy, it's gonna
Yep.
follow you. It's there with
Yep.
you
Okay, ladies, we
every
got
day.
we got Charlisa King Cows. What's up, homegirl? She said, "Hey, ladies, you're so right." Tommy Boy
Hey,
said all
Charlie.
three of y'all look like men. Anizers, Anizers. What is that?
Manonizers? I don't know.
Manonizers. Okay, Tommy Boy. And then also Boy said, sorry about your loss. I believe he's talking about you two ladies. And then Tommy Boy said, you still have a few repairs done. You need a rebuilt engine.
You know what? You gonna need a motor in a minute. A transmission. You gonna need a transmission.
A auto body makeover, Tommy Boy.
Yeah. You
But
know.
what Tommy Boy, tell us if you still watching. Tell us what you do to just keep going when life is dumping on you. When you like, see, most women are pretty much the dominant head of the household. Women out here raising children alone, and the daddies is out here being daddy else's kid, or just out here being himself. I don't know. I'm not judging you, men, but tell, chime in, get up on that line, or tune in. We got one more spot. Tune in. Let us know your thoughts. What you feel. How do you just keep going? Because some days I know some men out there. I know but guess
Me,
what?
okay.
A lot of
Tommy
them do
boy
give
get
up.
right.
That's probably why they won't chime in. A lot
Tommy
of
boy gonna
them
get
give up.
mad.
That's
Tommy
wrong,
boy gonna
guys.
get mad. But I think he always say, there you go with that man woman stuff. Yes, I said it. Men, there you go. Men, I think egos is fueled from maybe their friends or the company that they may keep and outside worlds that and the thing that they endure, like keeping up like their entrepreneurships and stuff like that. Men, they respond differently to on how women respond. And I always tell him, men and women are wired up emotionally differently.
Yes,
Yes.
We are different.
we are.
And he seemed to think that no, women are different. We got too much emotional. We are mothers.
Yeah,
Men's are
we are more.
fathers, yeah.
Yeah,
But
we're
a
We
lot of the
definitely
men's
nurturers.
is not even fathers in the child life to
right.
even have
We are
those emotional.
nurturers.
Yes. So there's a big difference. And I think men keep going when they can fuel themselves off of either their what they're doing in their life, keeping themselves busy, keeping they'll go play pool, they keep their memory. Women don't congregate like that. You don't see women going to visit women all the time, going to play, different games or see a game. Women, we don't do that because we got so much going on at home. We can't do that. Men can hop up. Hey, Fellas, let's go play pool or let's go do that. We too busy in the kitchen cooking. We trying to chase our kids, trying to find out where our kids at. We don't have time for that.
I will
What did he
say,
say?
Trying to make sure what the next
I
Yeah.
day.
will say from my emotional baggage, from my I have daddy issues because my father was not in my life. He raised my stepmother's children. And he just was an all out not good father to me. Now my
Mm-hmm.
brothers have a different opinion of him, but I'm the oldest. But so I am attracted to men who are good fathers. I, I,
See?
I don't even mess around with men who are not good fathers. And what I will tell you is they are a different breed. They know how to be nurturing. They know how to uh, the relationship with their kid is very attractive to me. That they
Especially
can
with their
sit down
girls.
and huh, huh. My
Especially
husband
with their girls.
my husband had 4 girls. Baby, he raised them all like boys. Baby, my girl's tougher than a boy. But they are they want to be good fathers. So their whole setup with everybody else is different than most men that I see. There's no selfishness, except for selfishness with their kids. They are everything is about protecting and nurturing their kids. So um my childhood trauma and my daddy issues have led me to align to attract to what I deem as good men,
Yeah,
especially good fathers.
absolutely.
I can't even.
That's a good way of putting
Hmm?
it. That's a good putting it.
Well,
Yes,
and not to change the moral of the program or the story, men that are good fathers, they are typically better in their relationships as well. They if they're teaching their daughters love, how they want men to treat, how a man should treat you. Open
yes,
up, baby. Oh,
absolutely.
let daddy open up your car door.
Yeah,
Let daddy bring you some roses for Valentine's Day.
absolutely.
Hmm.
That's showing your daughter how a man's supposed to treat you.
And I'm gonna tell you what something that my husband said. He bought me, his mom, my mom, the girls roses and flowers. He said because he don't never want them to be impressed by a dude just buying them flowers. He don't never, you know what I'm saying? He never wanted them to be impressed by somebody doing the bare minimum for 'em.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're right. They
And
do.
I'm not talking about those narcissistic fathers either. Those that's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother show.
So,
We
Eric, one of my other little homeboys said real talk. So it's a man. It's a couple men out here chiming in with keep going. Just
Wait a
keep
minute.
going. That's the motto today. Just keep going.
Look at Tommy Boy. He said, "What proof do you have of that statement? What statement?
Yeah, touch back. See, I didn't different page trying to.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I
I
see.
went to James'
Huh?
page to share it as
He a
well.
basher.
He called y'all man now. Let's same
Oh,
womanizer.
manizer.
That's what he
I'm
said,
not a
guys.
listen. I'm gonna tell
On
you.
now.
I
And
love
we wasn't
men
even man bashing.
and I love and protect black men.
We're never.
So no one can ever accuse me of that because but I am gonna say I love black women more and I don't I and I'm not ashamed of it. I love and protect black men. They are the kings of the earth. I love them, but I love and protect black women more because we are more unprotected. We are more exposed and misunderstood. So no, I'm not a manizer at all, but I am pro woman for sure.
Okay.
And a
I
lot
tried to
of men don't
respond to him, and
they be like they want to be treated like a king. Well, you gotta be king material, sir.
You right about that.
Sir, you gotta be king material.
But I am gonna say,
I'm trying to fly back to Tommy Boy. He said, "What proof do you have of that statement?"
That's
yeah,
why I said
that's what Stephanie
he
asked him that.
Oh, okay.
Tommy Boy,
Messy.
he go you know what?
Come
Mm-mm.
on, Tommy Boy.
So
Come on
you
now.
know what? Some people just come here to
He
me.
He also said, turn a negative into a positive. First and foremost, follow God's book of instructions. It's called the
Amen.
Bible. Basic instructions before leaving earth.
Amen. Yep.
And have faith, which means forward all issues
Yep.
to his that in
And
mind.
and you're right. The Bible is an instruction, and a lot of people don't realize that everything that's going on now is in the Bible. The president, all that stuff that's going on over
Oh,
in
we
the
just
third
talked
world
about that
country,
today at church.
it's all
Yes.
in the Bible.
It is.
Yep.
And they're doing all of it to scare us and
Okay.
to dissuade people so that we lose faith and we lose fear and react in that way. Don't do it. Mm-mm. We are God's children. We will be all right.
Right. Yep. Tommy Boy said, I don't feel like you guys was bashing me in this. All right. Well,
Oh,
we
okay.
appreciate that. We
Yeah.
appreciate that because our sassy team is tea that things that people don't like to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But we're anybody,
Mm-mm.
especially
Right.
not men. Looking at what y'all talking about, so we can all be better. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? I do want to mention about just keep. You know how when things like Stephanie said, when things start going bad,
Yeah.
when you lose your hope, you lose your way. I want to know this from both of you. Whenever you have found yourself at your wits' end, being mentally, physically, emotionally, or financially, those four things. If you could sum in 3 words, what would you say? What would you do to just keep going? I'm gonna skip right.
You know that's me.
That is you, but
Ah,
I,
but but all those four things factor in every day of our life. Every day, and each day that it happens, there's a that presents a different devil of that entity or
absolutely.
that category. So what do you
you
do?
know, you know what I
Just
do.
keep going.
I get up first of all, and I think I was talking to Terralisa earlier today. I said, let me turn my TV off and turn my music on. I said, let me turn my music on. I don't care what kind of, sometimes that music get me up and put
Hmm.
me in a different mindset.
Hmm.
Because sometimes we'll get up in the morning in a real funky mindset.
Yeah.
Like, man, I don't feel like getting up. I don't feel like doing this. But the minute I put on some music, either I'm gonna be praising like, yeah, Lord, say it, or I'm gonna be getting up like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do something. You know what? It's gonna get me up out that bed. It's gonna have me in a different mindset. But I think it's an attitude, and
Okay.
it's an attitude. And what you want to do for yourself, and to make the a day a better day. And I think me, and like I told Terry, I said I gotta turn on my music. And as sure as I got off that phone, tell Lisa, I told you I turned my Mary, it's the God in me. It's the God in me. Girl, I turned that on and it was over with for the day. I was like, okay. But
And
you
just
got
like
to
you told
find
me,
some. Yes, I told you.
yeah, Stephanie told me yesterday. Y'all know whatever, and I was just at my witness was like, it's Thanksgiving time. I got people coming to the house, right? And I was like, and Stephanie said, Terry, give yourself a goal. And if you gonna complete half of that goal, you done good. I looked around at my
Absolutely.
house and I said, you know what, Stephanie? You might be right. Let me get started on one of these goals after I take my relax break.
Yep. I said, set yourself for 10
But my
things
thing
to do.
is, I still, yep, she did,
If
and
you
I
get only
got to.
five, if it's just a little thing, when you lay down at night, you be like, okay, I did get that done.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
and that's one less thing that you got to do tomorrow. And I think I mentioned it on another show. I watched Joyce Myers.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And she told me on a Wednesday, she said, I need everyone that's watching the show to write down everything that you're going through in life. Everything that you stressing about, money, men, whatever your problem is. She said, write it down. So I write down my little list. I'm writing down my list. And she said, next Wednesday, and we gonna come back on the show and ensure us everything that next episode. Everybody pull off their list. And on that list, everything that was stressing me out, that I was going through, that I was worried about, it was checked off. It was done. She said, I promise you, because what we worry about today is today. Next week is going to be something else.
Yes, it is.
Today, we might be worried about what we going to eat today. We ain't got no food on the table. Next Wednesday, you might have a whole refrigerator full of food. But that ain't nothing but having
Wait,
faith and
I gotta
believing
ask
in
y'all.
God.
Do I still look fuzzy? I think
Yes,
I
you
look
do.
fuzzy here.
Yes, you do.
What's going on?
Just a little bit.
But I look fuzzy up there. I look like I'm an animated
You
cartoon
do. You
character or
AI. You
something.
AI.
So I'm sorry, y'all, that I look normal looking at the.
But you
I'm
look
on
normal to
GoFundMe.
me,
I'm
though.
on GoFundMe for a new camera for my computer because I'm broke and I want. Tommy Boy said, "Is this a
Uh-uh.
seduce a man show?" Because I'm getting low.
Tommy tripping today.
And then he said, "Asked a young lady in Cowgirl had as her name Candy, but she looks so sweet." I look like a you know what I look like to me, boy? A bag of ooh, I almost a bag of cotton candy. I look like a bag of cotton candy. I look off. I don't even understand this situation. Hey, I'm gonna try my hardest, y'all. Maybe somebody will buy me one for Christmas. I don't know,
You'll get it.
Mhm.
but
Hey,
I'm gonna
it
have
could
to.
be
But
that.
my
Tommy boy, what you mean? She the only one with glasses. He gonna put the glasses is nothing but. I'm going to have to tame her. Tommy
What?
boy,
good luck, sir.
we gonna put a wow on that one. We gonna wow you the wow factor on that one. I can't see. I don't know why I can't see all the comments right now. Tommy boy blowing us up, y'all. Uh,
What did he say? He said, in this, what did he say?
and the one with the glasses is nothing but trouble. I'm gonna tame her. I said, wow.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And then the young lady in the cowgirl had as her day because she looks so sweet. No, I look like a bag of candy, fluffy,
He
and he
said cotton
candy is
candy
his
is his favorite.
favorite. Cousin Melly hands. Ooh, Tommy boy, get off this line.
Look,
We're going to give Tommy Boy the boot.
Hey, I'm not reading nothing else. Y'all can read it. Cause my comments might be a little. Hey, long as I
Keep going.
just keep going, I'm gonna make it
Mm-hmm.
because um, laughter is a good
absolutely.
It
thing for the
is.
heart. The laughs, I appreciate the love. Don't try to fight it. Oh my god, I didn't read that out loud, did I? Anyway, I just
Yes, you
think
did.
that um, anytime we try to take the easy way out, we try to blame other people.
Right.
We try to point fingers all around. Everybody's accountable for our problem except for the person who created the problem. And I want to have to stand up and manifest ourselves to be the best of ourselves each and every day.
Mhm.
So to me, I talk to you, Tamika. In my mind, I keep hearing your logo. Just keep going.
Yep.
Just keep going. Just keep going. I talk to you. I hear that the fox ain't working,
The fox
but
ain't.
just keep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I put all that in my life, same thing as what I do every day. I wasn't 2, 3 years ago. I promise you, I wasn't. I would have told you I didn't care too much, and I would hurt your feelings, and I wouldn't care nothing else about it. I'm an Aries. I'm an Aries,
Those are facts.
reckless, and sometimes very, very stern and bold and firm. I know this,
Me too.
but I've
I
learned to
am like that.
curb that. What'd you say, Stephanie?
I am like that. And a lot of people
You
can't
are too,
handle me.
though.
A lot of people
You're an
can't handle
Aries
me.
too.
But everything that I say because I love you. Because if I don't, and I don't say
Because I
nothing, I don't
love
care
how
how you looking, how you thinking, or what's going
Right.
on.
Right.
Because if I'm talking to you and I'm very stern, it's because I care.
Right.
You know, it's not because I'm being mean or I'm talking
exactly,
reckless or anything like that. No, you got to hear what I'm saying. So sometimes
exactly.
I speak in a forceful way. Yeah, I got to get through to
Yes,
you.
and even just really forceful is. meaningful from your heart. Because
Yep.
that's why I don't play games with people. You know, every time I've only been in a handful of relationships, and the relationships I've been in, they were solid, and we were together for a while. It
Mine
wasn't no
too.
in and out.
Mine
Like
too.
my biggest thing I'll say to anybody is, I would be 1,000 women for
Mm-hmm.
one man than to have 100 on me.
Yep.
I don't care about it.
Yep. Me too.
I want to be I'm a person, and if you're not, leave me alone. Don't disturb
Right.
me. Don't come into my life and upset the things that I'm already designed to do by the eyes of God. And that means to each one, reach one, teach one, and touch one, share the word, spread the word, stir the gift, serve the gift. All these things I do is because I love the Lord and I love me too.
Amen.
So when I love hard to other people, I don't need them to do me. But because when they do that, it knocks me off my guilt, off
Right.
my groove. And that's when I feel like I'm ready to.
And that's how I feel.
Why should I
And
keep
that's
doing?
how I feel when people gaslight me. Now that's the one thing I cannot
There you
stand.
go.
When somebody gaslight me, when I tell you I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. I'm losing it. And I'm losing it because it's a trigger for me. And that's a part of my
Okay.
pushing forward and pushing through. When I have pressed through a narcissistic 10-year relationship, that
Mm-hmm.
was devastating. So anything that look, feel, smell, touch, or feel anything like a gas lighter, a lit, anything, I'm gonna lose it.
Mm.
And I think
Good.
people need to be mindful of people that's been through something to be more softer and around the edges. If I know that you
Ooh,
done been through something, I'm not gonna try to trigger anything remotely close to that. Because I know I need to be that healer, help you heal. I can't be a destroyer. So let me help you. I
we
need to
got to
come to your
address
house.
this. We got to address this, Stephanie. You too, you scare your date off. I disagree with you, Tommy boy, and I like you. And I want to say this. I don't know anything. She may sound aggressive in the way she speaks. That's why my son tells me. He called me the boss, bitch, because he said that it be too many people, guys, that come to me that I scare them off because of my sternness and the way that I speak. I want to say this. I can't stop being what God made me. And Stephanie can't either. And he feels that what she feels deep in her heart, she, she's a grown woman about herself and express
Right.
yourself to that man that you are scaring him off, then so
Mm-hmm.
be it.
Bye.
Because I will tell
Right.
you this. You want a weak-minded woman.
He don't fit.
Leave the strong-minded women to them. Thank you.
But let
Right.
me tell
That's
you,
all I gotta say.
let me piggyback on that. Okay. I wasn't this person, and I was from the country, back of the woods, 30 acres on a farm. I didn't know nothing about the city life. I was always not this person.
And
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm a
I
country
know
girl.
that me being the person that I was, that little girl, that innocent girl that didn't know nothing about nothing, when everybody in the city was running game, they was doing all kind of stuff. That wasn't how I was raised. But and I was real soft spoken, and I was real timid. I was real easy to for people to get over on. This is why I became the person that I am now, because that niceness, that timid, that easy going didn't get me nowhere. It gave me nothing but heartache, because men sometimes tend to take advantage of that softness. Because why? Not because they're a bad person, because
It's easy.
they not ready to give what I was looking for. You know, I'm
Right.
because I'm ready for marriage. I'm ready for this
Easy for
at
them.
18 years old. I'm a grown woman at 18 years old. So to deal with an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, you got to be up there. You got to be up there. I don't all that
Women
game playing.
mature. Women are
Yes.
faster than men. So
So no.
our level earlier, our level of what we go through surpasses anything of a man. That we're putting them down, not that we're taking from them. It is best to say this: behind every man is a good woman, right? Oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
Behind every good man is a strong woman. So if they that the woman is strong, you better believe she coming from within. As my public would say, it come from down deep in the gut and come up. When it bother you, man, why you
And that's
want
how
a woman to
singers
be
sing.
That's right.
The
passive? Why
singers
you
got
want
to come from
a woman
here
to be
It come
and
from
passive?
bring it
here.
up through here.
Yes.
So
Do,
I got
do
to,
y'all agree with
whatever is in me, I might be, because I'm a very stern person. And when you done been through there and you done came out of there, I cannot allow nobody else to take me down through there no more.
take you
Absolutely.
back? Do
Absolutely.
y'all agree with this statement that the reason why some women, and I use this for the women this time, the reason why some women give up and stop moving forward and they don't understand about just keep going is because they chasing a man that's been pulling them down. Do you think that?
Ooh-wee.
Do you think that's a good?
Wait a minute. Repeat that again.
Do you think it's a lot of reasons why women, and I'm speaking to women, understand how to just keep because they too busy running behind a man that's steady
Yeah,
pulling them down?
absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yep.
And
And
when I mean
that was
pulling them
me.
down, I mean
That
pulling
was
them
me.
down mentally, physically, spiritually,
That was me.
emotionally, and
Yep.
That was me.
financially.
Because
I,
I,
hey, put your hand up
And
if
then
you
just put
agree.
them by the wayside. Yes.
Hey, what happened to Steph?
Oh
She
no.
gone. Come on now, what's that? Put your hand up if you agree. She was out. Come
But yes,
on
that's
back
what
in.
happens. We love the man so fully and completely, and we do anything, and he be running all over us, running all over town, doing whatever, disrespecting us in our faces, all of that. Yes.
And
And,
then a
and then
woman,
we get down on ourselves. What's wrong with me? Why me?
yeah, then we forget how to keep going forward, how to stand strong. That ladies to stand on the word of God because it's in
Yes.
the Bible and it will let you know every step that you take. If it's not toward the greatness of the Lord and what He has for you, you're bound to fail.
Absolutely.
You're bound to fail. Try to change your way, your world, what you preach or believe in. To you today out of the Sassy T show. Yep, I'm Stephanie Sass. Went up out the screen for whatever reason, but hopefully she'll join back in. But to the co-host today was Tamika, or is Tamika Thompson
Hello.
for Thompson. I said it all kinds of ways, but I call her Mika, y'all. Anyway, I'm glad that you came on the show today because you said some things that should touch someone out there this holiday
Hey,
season.
Stephanie.
Hey,
Hey,
she's
girl.
I had my
back.
phone died, y'all.
Oh, shucks. Stephanie, come on now. We had this all about this.
But you know, since my phone fell in the water, it goes from like 50 to
It ain't been
zero
the
real
Yeah.
same.
quick.
Your battery.
I think
Yeah,
you
my
did tell
battery.
me that.
Yeah.
What I was just saying is I was just saying everybody for tuning in to the Fast T show and also acknowledging the fact that our
Hmm.
co-host in Buford Tom,
Okay.
I keep saying it backwards, whatever, has in to give us why we should just keep going. Because as women in this life and household and trying to date,
Yes.
I want to just say this and throw it out to anybody. I'm single for a lot of
Absolutely.
reasons. I want to be single for a lot of reasons. But I refuse in this uh, um, straight and narrow area. I'm going to overlook everything you do and say, oh, I'm not going to be you about me. Oh, I'm not going to look at the red flag. No, not anymore. I'm
No.
like Stephanie on that one. And I'm
Not
No.
like
going.
Tamika that says, I will care for you to the end.
Yeah.
Them the kind of women you guys out there, I'm finna call y'all to pray about that later.
Yeah.
But
But
y'all need to be in your back and be in your corner to the they out here twerking in the shirt thing. Mm-mm.
well, and not
I
only
ain't mad at
that,
them girls.
not only that, not the
I ain't mad at
passive
them for
women.
twerking. I can twerk. Oh, trust believe I can. I just
You
don't.
know that I think they want like a soft woman, and I get that. They some men want a woman that's soft around the edges and more submissive and that type of stuff. I
Yeah,
get that because
Yeah,
I
but
think
they
yeah,
have
women
to,
should be.
yeah.
I think women should be submissive. But if
but a
I'm going
man
to be
has to be
You
submissive,
someone.
should.
A
if
man
You
I
has
should
to
if
be
I
be.
someone who you can submit to. They got to know how to
absolutely.
Yeah.
lead. They have to know how to
I need a
protect.
man to
Yeah,
hold my
Hello.
hand and be that king. And I can look at him like, oh, he wearing that crown. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
then that'll make me like, let me
Look,
adjust my crown. Let me, let
hello.
me,
Let me just
let
say
me
this.
get
As
my
you said,
crown together and let me walk
my
that walk with you. But
Right.
now
right.
if you gaslighting and you intimidating and making and you out here in the streets and you cheating and you doing all this type of stuff, a woman can't be submissive to that.
No.
And then you wonder why women
Yeah,
are so hard around the edges, and we you're a little aggressive. Yeah, I'm aggressive
yeah.
because
But look,
we
I'd rather be 1,000 women. What you just said, right? I'd rather
yep,
be 1,000 women for one man rather than have 100 men on just me.
Yes.
I don't
yep,
need that. I can
yep.
be any woman you want me to be. I can fulfill the needs in this relationship.
And that's what
You just gotta trust and
and
believe
that's
and
what
only
men
want
fail to
me.
realize.
You
A
don't want to be
man
with
can
me.
get that woman to be whatever he want her to be. He got to know how to do it. You can
Yep.
get that woman to submit to you. You can get that woman to love you. You can get that
Yes.
woman to help provide, to take care of the children. Whatever that is, a man has the capability to doing that. That's why they said woman was made from the rib of a man. I need you to be that rib. I need to come up off that your rib so I can be on your side.
Right.
But men fail to realize that y'all they be on game playing and immaturity, not
How
enough
many women
growth.
I can get under my belt? How many women I
Yes. Yes.
can play? But then it's when the woman that's your solid one, they got your back,
Dog
and
her
she
out.
doing for you, take all that and go give it to another woman.
Oh, then you wonder why. No, no.
I almost said something.
Oh,
Yep, me too.
yeah,
I
me
was there,
too.
baby. I
Because
was
me
there.
too. I didn't
I ain't gonna
build
say
up.
it.
I have
I ain't
built
gonna say
up
it.
so
I ain't gonna say
many.
it. We just
I
talking
can't. I can't.
about saying.
Now I want to build together. It ain't no me
Right.
just building you up no more.
Right.
Uh-uh. I
Absolutely.
want we gonna build each other up. If it ain't a each other or us, mm-mm.
For real. Don't want it at
Let it
all.
Cause
go.
ain't no king,
Let it
don't
go.
no king want that. A king either gonna
And you know what?
come 10 toes in, I got you. Or we
Right.
gonna do this together.
We got 7 minutes raunchy, sassy tea show today. But before we end, I ask Tamika one more question. What are your titles? I know you're a mentor,
I'm a
a
published author.
doctor.
I'm a publicist. I'm an editor. I'm a coach. I'm a mentor. I help people start
But you
their
got doctor in
businesses.
there.
I'm an engineer.
Okay.
I'm an engineering manager. But I forgot to tell you my 3 words that helped me get through. Of course, they're just keep going, but also God and therapy, because
Yeah.
some things we can't just do on our own. Sometimes God has created a whole profession to help us when we get in those stumps that we can't talk ourselves out of. So, I have a therapist. I'm a mentor. I'm a coach. And again, I'm a master manifester. If you have a
All
dream,
right.
I'm gonna help you get there. I promise you, I am.
So can I
And
ask
she
you a
ain't cute.
question?
Yes.
How does therapy work out for you?
So, so first of all, my therapist is my family. I love her. And it has been a calming state for me. Again, I can talk myself through all of it, but sometimes am I receiving this right? Am I receiving this from my healed place or from my hurt place? And we kind of talk through that. But I'm gonna tell you, I not only do I have a therapist, I have a psychiatrist, and I have a psychiatrist because what we found is a lot of stuff I still was down, and my psychiatrist when my therapist said, okay, I need you to get a little higher, and I can't help you get there. And I went to see a psychiatrist, and the first thing the psychiatrist asked me is, "What's your blood work look like?" And we went through my blood work, and she said, "Do you have a problem sleeping? Do you have a problem doing this and that?" I said, "Yes, I do." She said, "You're anemic. You need to go get some iron." And I'm not talking about pills. You need to get iron infusion. You need some vitamin D in your life. You need some B12. So she can look at my blood work and say, "Listen, a lot of this stuff you think you going crazy and you ain't got no energy and you depressed, and really is your body is working overtime to help you be healthy." And
Yep.
once I did that, baby, I only see her I see her to refill my medication and to do my blood work. But my therapist, um, she actually went through me with the because when my husband passed away, my husband was sick for 4 years. So I literally I say this, and I watched my husband become a great man to his death. Literally till he took his last breath. And no matter how much talking you do to yourself, it does something to you. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
and so on the sad days, on the hard days, my therapist will say, "Girl, but you did it, and a lot of people can't." It's just that extra push. Sometimes we just need somebody to talk to, judgment free, or who's going to tell you it's okay that
Judgment
you
free.
feel like that. That's normal. So I absolutely love my therapist. I've been with her for I was with her 2 years when I first found out my husband got sick, and I was distraught and felt like I didn't know what to do. And then I came back to her the day after he died. I called her. I hadn't talked to her in 2 years. I called her. She said, "Did he pass?" I said, "Yes." And we were just on the same page after that. And it's just good
Well,
having somebody.
well, I asked that because I have a problem with therapists
I
and
don't.
psychiatrists. I
So
do
I've
because
had some bad therapists. So you
yeah,
got to find one that works for you.
yeah.
But I have two black women who I actually had another one. She moved her business, who are absolutely amazing, and I absolutely love them.
And I
Absolutely
and I think it's my mindset because I help so many other people. So it's that whatever I do is not like I don't know.
right.
Whatever I went to two therapists and a psychiatrist, I end up helping them. Honest to
Okay,
God, on a true story.
okay.
I'm sitting there, she didn't pour down her whole life and I'm thinking now, is you getting paid for me listening to you?
But I'm gonna tell
And
you
I'm
one thing.
telling her, honest
I'm
to
gonna
God,
tell you one thing
Hey,
that I've
I,
learned. If you have a therapist who doesn't have a therapist, get another therapist. Because
it's
we
something wrong.
all we all need
word to
somebody
the
to talk
And
to.
wise.
she sat there and poured out all this stuff. And then finally we got on me. And I'm thinking, you know what? That's when God told me. He said, Stephanie, you just need yourself to
Well, that's what
recognize
my mom says.
what's going on with you and to do the things and do the work that God has provided you to do and capable of doing to help yourself. Because after that, I'm like, no, I don't need this. I say, because I know if I can help this lady and we talking the same talk. So what am I here? Because I know. So it's like, I don't need that because I know what I need. It's just about me doing it. She can tell me to do it, but am I really going to walk out that office and do it? Am my mindset going to really be there to even think it? No. It's up to me to do it, even if a therapist was trying to guide me through that. Because I know what I need to do.
We all know
Mhm.
what we need to do, but you also need
We do.
you also need someone to hold you accountable, accountability person.
I hold
You
Because
gotta hold
myself
some of us,
yourself.
accountable.
okay,
You
I
gotta
hold
hold
myself.
yourself.
Everything. If you heard my story, all of that, I held myself accountable, and that's why I said thank you because I learned. Thank you for that narcissistic relationship because there was me because I should have been out of there.
right.
Okay.
Do that.
Thank you for that failed marriage because I was too young and shouldn't have never did it.
Right.
Thank you for everything that ever I have held myself accountable for everything that has ever happened to me. Period.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
Man.
always time for me to move forward. And that moving forward was my friends. I have friends that I talk to.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a cousin that I talk to. And those are the things that kept me. And I think that I'm not getting ready to spend another day in nobody else's office. Not another day. Not another day. Uh-uh.
Man, ladies, it this show. I mean,
You can
uh,
open it up.
Tamika, I hope you come on
They
again
might
with us
think
because
about
today is awesome. And yeah, I know I try to
Thank
keep it
you.
at an hour, but I wanted to hear what y'all had to say because baby, I
it.
need to know these things, and I'm sure a lot of other people they just haven't chimed in. Tommy Boy had a whole bunch of other stuff to say. Uh, I told him he said to the choice in your beautiful
Yep.
message. Oh my God, same thing I told you when. So, like, thank you for always. Oh,
Always.
look at the beautiful
They
baby.
just the
Oh, I like your
grandbaby.
color, Carhartt girl.
Yeah.
That's the grand
She tore
grab.
her down.
Yes, she is. But being on the show today and all those that tuned in, I was hoping more people got on the because today was it. Just
It
Yes.
keep going
was.
because I know there's a lot of people out here trying to fail. But before we leave, I want to give another shout out to MUA Jock. Shop with her. W shop with her is www.shopupis.com for all your makeup needs. We want to get Grundy, George F. Grundy the second, Feel the Greatest Mayfield, and of course Larry Lott. Please tune in to our shows on Monday. Like, share, and subscribe to Out of Mud Inc. so you can see shows like this and other shows. It's gonna be one of these days you're gonna look back at these shows and be like, man, I wish I would have got on it. Because it's gonna be making a difference. It's going to change people's lives because this is Sassy T. We're gonna be
6 o'clock.
time, y'all, at 6 o'clock. So it's gonna be Sassy T at 6. Please win Sassy T at 6. I'll remind you throughout the week because I'm telling you, the unspoken truth is talk about things that people afraid of, things that people think that other people don't go through, but you're not. So understand this. Tamika has just keep going out online on Facebook, on
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and I have my own website, www. Just keep going. JKG Consulting LLC.
right. Y'all check that because that is some powerful messages on there. And Stephanie, let everybody know we can find you at.
Hey, I am on the Larry Lot, Out of the Mud. I am there with Lessons with Larry, me, Money Mike, and Larry Lot every Monday. I think it's now at 5:30. So we'll be on tomorrow at 5:30. Me, Money Mike, Larry Lot, Out of the
All
Mud.
right.
All
And
right.
I'm also with Out of the Mud. I am Red T Snaps in chat. And I also, Stephanie did mention, but we do this together. This is our baby. We collaborated to come up with Sassy T at 6 p.m.
Yep.
That's when we got
Yeah.
Sassy
Sassy
T
T
at
at
6.
6. But anyway,
Yep.
y'all been good. Be good. Thank you very much. Thank you, Antonio. Great job, ladies. Uh, and Tommy Boy said, yes, Tommy Boy, I will definitely bring back her because talking about going to still tie into just killing.
Yeah.
So thank you today for tuning in at 2. But next Sunday, Sassy T at what time, Stephanie?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Look, day to rock. We ain't
6 o'clock.
super time to your show, homeboy. Sassy Tea time. All right, y'all. Thank you
We
very much for
out.
tuning in. Thank
All right. Bye.
you, Speaker.